Hey, I just received word from my neurosurgeon that they sent on over my referral to the University of Virginia to have my medical history reviewed. So this just means and only means that there's a possibility for treatment for my pineal cyst that could be. Hey guys, welcome back to Living with a Pineal Gland Cyst. I haven't talked about my brain tumor in a really long time, and I received a referral from my neurosurgeon to go to University of Virginia for a second opinion because they have a second opinion program. I called last week to see the status of my referral, and University of Virginia said that they hadn't received word from my doctor and that my doctor possibly faxed the information to the wrong fax number. So in that case, I had to write my neurosurgeon a message stating that the University of Virginia did not receive any referral for an opinion or for advice from them to schedule consultation for me. In that case, I had to get the number from the site for University of Virginia to send on over to the nurse that had contacted me to let me know that they did not send the referral yet, but they had the intention to. With all of that being said, I spoke with the LPN at my neurosurgeon's office this morning, and we were sending each other back-to-back messages, and her last message just basically said if I could get the fax number. So I went to the University of Virginia site because they do offer a second opinion program for basically everything from neurosurgery to liver, to gastroenterology, etc. And because I did mention in my last appointment with my neurosurgeon that I had been to the second opinion program at University of Virginia for my feeding tube and based on my cyclic vomiting, and that they came up with a treatment plan, my neurosurgeon suggested that I see them too for my neurological surgery second opinion, or basically just for second opinion all in general. So I was diagnosed with my pineal cyst in 2019. And since then, I had migraines. I had what they diagnosed me with was intractable migraine syndrome. And I was taking several prescriptions and medications at that time before I was even diagnosed due to depression and anxiety, supposedly because that's what I had. So when I went to University of Virginia, I met with a gastroenterologist who was an ex-hepatologist, and we spoke about my liver lesions, and we spoke about my cyclic vomiting and how she thought that there was a relation between my gut and my brain. So when I was speaking to my neurosurgeon, he asked me why she thought that there was a relation between the gut and the brain if she wasn't a neurologist or a neurosurgeon. And I said, I don't know. She took a look at my 100 pages of medical history, which she referred to as complex, and she thoroughly looked at it, and she mentioned that we all have these nerve endings in the back of our brain or at the end of our spine leading to our brain, and that there is a connection between the gut and the brain. I was prescribed a treatment for 3 months to see if, while trialing it, if it would take away my cyclic vomiting, and that was 15 milligrams of mirtazapine for 3 months, and if that didn't work, they would transition me on over to another trial of amitriptyline, which is also a TCA or a tricyclic antidepressant, to see if that would control my cyclic vomiting and help with the nausea that I was having because of my gastroparesis, but mostly cyclic vomiting, which supposedly she said has a connection to my brain. So my neurosurgeon wasn't too happy about that, but he did suggest that I needed a second opinion, and he wanted to give me a referral to send me on over to University of Virginia. So since 2019, the most that I've succumbed, or the most that's happened to me, is my feeding tube. I didn't have gastroparesis before I was diagnosed with my brain tumor, and then as the years progressed after 2019, I started to have more and more symptoms like nausea, vomiting. I couldn't eat orally. Everything that I ate came out, and bleeding in my stool. If that's too much information, I'm so sorry, but that's some of the symptoms, or the main symptoms that I was having: uncontrollable projectiling, throw up. Sometimes it would come out like stomach acid, and then I would have a lot of abdominal pains, and sometimes it was so debilitating that I couldn't even get out of bed. And then there's days that I didn't have any symptoms, but when I spoke with my registered dietitian, and when I spoke with my team, they suggested that a feeding tube would be the way to go because I was so malnourished. So within 1 week, they're going to be returning my call or returning with an answer to either my neurosurgeon or to me personally. So I'm assuming I'm going to receive a call, and I will definitely catch you guys back up. So thank you so much for keeping up with me, and I will be back on here hopefully within the next week to give you your answers and to let you know if any of my answers were or questions were answered. Thank you so much for watching.